Hi everyone, I'm Della and I'm your host on the Chat with Della. And today we are going to be talking about something really important, the sickle cell. A lot of people have different views or different opinions about this, but today we'll be hearing from two impeccable people who have distinct opinions about it. Now, not opinions from things that they have learned or things based on knowledge, but things that they have experienced and also seen other people experience. And so today I have with me Boluwatife and Fadeelat, and I want them to briefly introduce themselves. Boluwatife.
Hi everyone, I'm Oluwagbamila Boluwatife, a graduate of Adeyemi and Oluwagbamila University, Department of Psychology.
And we have Fadeelat.
Okay, good morning everyone. I'm Fadeelat Adeyemi. I'm a student of Adeyemi and Oluwagbamila University, Faculty of Pharmacy, and I'm a sickle cell advocate.
First of all, I want us to get what exactly is this thing called sickle cell? Like, what do we mean when we even say sickle cell? Is it just two people coming together as AS, giving birth to someone who is SS? Like, what exactly is this thing? Bolu, can you help us with that?
Okay, sickle cell, I'll say, is an inherited blood disorder from both parents that have the sickle cell trait. They are called the carriers of sickle cell. Okay. So there are various variants of sickle cell. So it's not just AS, but we can have AC, we can have AC, but basically it is carriers of sickle cell coming together to get married and give birth to not necessarily get married, but give birth to a child that has sickle cell.
Oh wow. So I don't know, how old were you when you realized that AS and AC can actually give SS? Well, I just knew, and this is one of the reasons why we felt like it is a very, very important thing for us to discuss. Now, Fadeelat, I would like to ask, how has it been for you being a sickle cell patient and in a world where there's a lot of discrimination, health discrimination, race discrimination and all that? How have you been able to scale through in the society?
Okay, thank you. Being a sickle cell individual, because I don't like to use the word patient. I believe patients should be those in the hospital bed.
Okay.
So outside the hospital bed, I'm a sickle cell individual. It's been challenging, it's been fun, it's been like getting to know myself. And about the discrimination, I think one thing about discrimination is it's something of the mind. Okay. If someone felt like he or she wants to discriminate me and I see it's like you can't handle me.
Wow.
So it's a different thing. If you may be coming at the point of you want to discriminate me and I can decide to look it at, you are just being cautious, you are just being on my side. So it depends on how I decide to term it. But then there are some times that discrimination can be obvious when it becomes to relationship, someone you like and then the person like, oh, I can't. But when it comes to like workplace, like, you know, I'm capable of doing things. This is what I'm capable of, and someone is saying, "I go and sit down." But in other aspect of life, or friendship, and all of that, I can decide to say, "Oh, now you sabi, you can go on your own."
Wow, wow, that's amazing. So it shows that even aside from having this thing, you also have to have a high self-esteem. Know that you are actually good, and not just looking at what people say about you. And even when they talk about you, you have to look it in a positive light. Wow, that's very great, Fadeelat. So another thing I would like to ask, and this is for both of you actually, is in the world today, a lot of people have different opinions about sickle cell in the sense that they feel like it can be healed. I don't know. A lot of people feel it can be healed. You can take drugs and you can get healed, or you can pray about it and you can get healed, or something somehow just happen and then a miracle shows up and this thing is gone. I want to know your ideologies, what you've heard and what you think about it, and what you feel is the right information that our audience needs to know about.
Okay, thank you for that question. It's a very important question. You know, with the advance in technology, the advances in science, there has been a breakthrough, I would put it that way, in curing sickle cell, basically. Okay. Because everything we do when we take drugs and all that is basically the management of sickle cell. We're just managing it. Wow. And you know, just trying to stay off of pain, stay off of stress, just make sure to keep yourself healthy. But there's been a big breakthrough in the science field, and some scientists have come up with the bone marrow transplant. Bone marrow transplant is just the removal of the bone marrow, that's the fluid inside the bone, and replacing it with another one that is not sickle cell. basically the bone marrow is the one responsible for the production of the blood. I would really love to go deep into this. The red blood cells for a sickle cell individual is slightly different. I would say for someone that is AA, it's like a full moon. Have you seen a full moon before? I'm sure we all have. I see the moon sees me. So, it's like a full moon or a round shape or a circle. But for that of an sickle cell individual, it's a sickled shape, like a half moon. Not completely half, but like this crescent shape. The crescent shaped moon. So I'm sure we must have seen it. You must have seen it somewhere. We even have it as an emoji on WhatsApp. So yeah.
Oh yeah,
that one. Emoji. So it's like that, and that's why when they get clogged up together, it can cause pain. The bone pain crisis, which the medical practitioners know as vaso-occlusive crisis. But the bone marrow, like I said, if changed or exchanged with someone that is not sickle cell, when it produces the red blood cells, it's going to produce a full circle red blood cell. So that's the only cure that we know for now in the field of science. Then going on to faith, like you mentioned. I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in faith. I believe in healing. I believe in miracle. But I don't believe we should put ourselves in unnecessary trouble. So when I see someone that is AS and AS wanting to get married and they say they believe in God, I think if you have faith to believe in God for healing, then I feel like you should have faith to change your own genotype and not bring a child to this world to come and suffer. Because if you are depending on your parents' faith, if you are depending on your faith to heal your children, that means your children will be depending on your faith
to live.
Exactly, to live. And that kind of life, I don't think is a life worth living. They should be able to believe God for themselves, I understand. But I don't think you should put them through unnecessary pain and stress for them to believe God. Anybody can believe God, whether you are sick or not. But you don't have to bring them sick to train them to believe. Do you understand?
Yes, I get what you're saying.
You don't have to bring them to this world as a sick person
to heal them, to now start the healing process.
To train them. So I believe if you have faith for healing, then you should try and change your own genotype before you get married and confirm, because check these days.
You can just get a different thing.
Fadeelat, please help me out with this testing thing.
Okay, let me try to answer Della's question. Let me just add one or two things. She has talked about the only known cure according to science is bone marrow transplant, and that's it has its own complication. Let's talk about the cost of bone marrow transplant. An estimate of the cost of bone marrow transplant for those that think that it's something easy is 50 million naira. So it's not like something that you
can just go to the hospital and get it done.
And aside the money, there are a lot of people that have the money. We have a lot of politicians that have sickle cell individuals in their home, and you don't they have the money for bone marrow transplant? But the complication, you have to look for a donor, just like any other organ transplant. Then when you get a donor, then it may be incompatible. Then when you assume it's compatible, you put it in the body system, the body may decide to reject it.
Wow. Amazing. So after spending 50 million, you get to...
Then the body starts fighting it. Something that is supposed to help the body sees it as an enemy and starts attacking it. Then you start battling with something else. Then in all of this, let's say it's there are some times that after 5 years they discovered that it's a different thing. There is what my body comes with, and there is what I'm introducing. Then what my body comes with feels like I just want to take over. I don't want this visitor in my system. So that's the sickle cell reoccurs.
Wow.
So then your 50 million is gone.
It's gone. And you have to go through the same process again.
So that's a lot of things.
Okay,
so
wow. This is so like it's crazy. Okay, so I never knew that there was a bone marrow transplant thing, and the thing is, Boluwatife and Fadeelat have made us understand that actually it's not just about, okay, you have faith that you're going to get healing, you're going to have your miracle. The other time I almost fought to Fadeelat because of this thing. Like I talked about it on my status and she went so well with it. But okay, now I understand that you have to get healing for yourself first before saying you want to bring someone else to the world. Of course, you believe in healing, you believe in miracles and all that. Get it first done on yourself. Don't bring somebody to the world and experiment it on them. Yeah, that's what they are trying to
say.
Don't use them as
that is not exactly, that's not fatherly, that's not motherly at all.
Wow. Okay, so and if you are out there and you have this sickle cell, they have made us understand that actually there can be a bone marrow transplant, which is actually very expensive. According to Fadeelat, she says 50 million naira, which is a whole lot. Now you have this 50 million naira, but still your body is not absorbing this thing. Your body is not going on with this thing. And also, like what I don't know if Boluwatife and Fadeelat, I'll give them the opportunity to say something to you about this, but I want them to first say, how have you contributed to the world when it has to do with sickle cell? Like, how have you tried to contribute? How have you tried to make these people know that there is more to life? How have you contributed to bringing a solution to this thing? Or is there anything you are doing or you are trying to bring to place that we no longer have sickle cell patients or individuals in society?
Thank you so much for that question, Della. Okay, so as a sickle cell individual, basically people are passionate about things that are pertaining to them, things that concern them. So if you see someone advocating for gender, something must have happened. If you see someone advocating for sexual harassment, something must have happened.
Yes.
As a sickle cell individual, I feel I advocate for sickle cell. The month of September, that was last month, we had the Sickle Cell Awareness Month worldwide. So it's not something that was just done in Nigeria. Okay. And Fadeelat and I, I know about Fadeelat and I, we were tyrants, I'll put it that way, because we had to create awareness. And a lot of people that call themselves educated individuals do not want to receive what you are giving them. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to. So you have to come at them in. I will put it as a psychologist. I'll put it in a way. I'll say it's emotional blackmail, because when you give them your experience, how you are living in pain, how you have pain. Most times how you have to live, how you have to live with pain, how you have to live with drinking a whole lot of water every day, how you have to live with taking your drugs every day, how you have to live with management of sickle cell, basically the money you spend, everything that goes into the management of sickle cell. They tend to understand what you're actually saying, because you are relating your experiences to them. You are letting them know that this is how it feels for you, that you are experiencing it. So the whole month of September was for awareness, and I did everything I could on my status. We had shows, we had talks, just to make people more
understand
more aware about sickle cell, because it's not even just the whole don't bring a sickle cell child into this world thing. It's not just your AS and the other person is AS trying to explain that thing, but there's a whole lot more. It's way more than that. We made them understand that even when you go for tests, it's not always accurate, depending on the technique you use, except you go for a comprehensive test, hemoglobin profiling. If you go to Sickle Cell Foundation opposite Lutz, you can get an hemoglobin profiling done. 6,000 to 7,000, I guess. Is something that is more expensive than the normal genotype test, but it's something that is more comprehensive and more accurate. So it is 99.999% sure. So even when you see, know people that actually they've checked their genotype like twice. So let's say the first time they saw
A, and the next time they saw AS. Yeah.
I know someone that actually said that I prefer to choose the one that is AA. I mean, who doesn't like good thing? Who don't like good thing? So the one
that I have done before that is AA. Yeah.
Neglecting the one that is AS, it doesn't work like that. So when you get married to someone that is AS and you have told the person that you are AA, so you bring a child to this world, and then the child starts having pains, complications of sickle cell, and then you're like, and they told me.
Yeah, so you start to regret.
Exactly. We did more to educate people during that time, and then we much more than the education, we emotionally blackmailed them. Because I mean, when I tell you of how I live with pain, you don't want to. Nobody.
Yeah, we don't want to go through that.
You don't want to go through that. When I tell you of how my mom spent Christmas with shuffling between 2 hospitals, because I was referred from a hospital. My brother and I were sickle cell. So we were sick at the same time. That was around Christmas period.
Wow.
So I was referred to a different hospital because my situation was getting worse. And then my mom was shuffling between 2 hospitals, trying to on Christmas Day.
Wow. When you're meant to be like
when
chilling.
I tell you that I saw in the hospital, I saw 3 people die before me. You know that is not an experience you want to go through at all.
Wow.
So I know I am guilty of emotional blackmail. I am very guilty of that. So that was basically what we did throughout the month of September, and basically I can say that it is yielding results. I can see it yielding results. People are becoming more aware, and this is another opportunity to enlighten individuals
other people.
out there.
Right. Yes, true. So Boluwatife, that's amazing. Actually, I feel like there are a lot of things about sickle cell that people don't know about. Now, I for one, every time I check Fadeelat status, if I don't see feminism, it is sickle cell.
Yes.
Like this month, I've been trying hard to just see something about feminism. At least, just let's go away from this sickle cell issue. But no, she's always talking about it. And yes, I noticed at the month of September, Fadeelat was sending a whole lot of things about sickle cell and everything. It's actually a great thing. And so my conversation with her spurred me to actually know more about sickle cell. And I felt like many other people need to know about this thing. It's way beyond what we think. It's way beyond just getting married to people and you just give birth to people who are SS, and then you feel like you can take care of them. You have all the money in the world to take care of them, but then think about the stress you put this child through. Think about the trauma, the emotional trauma you put this child through, and also I want Fadeelat to give us our own what she has done, our quota of contribution to the society on this sickle cell issue.
Okay, thank you for that question. My own quota towards creating awareness about sickle cell, I think I try to create awareness everywhere I am. So it's not like I don't wait till a particular month or a particular day to tell people about sickle cell. So it's like telling people about my life story. So I don't have to wait for a particular day to sickle cell awareness day or anything. And if I want to talk about my quota, I will say Della is a testimony to that. But like we could remember, like she just posted something about faith and about marriage and faith without genotype, and then you can't just post that and I will move by it. Like, we just have to discuss.
It's crazy.
Yes, we just have to talk about it. We just have to, like, I want to know that level of your faith. That level of faith that is greater than that of Jesus, that he did not jump from when the devil tempted him to jump. If Jesus devil, then who are you?
Go and marry somebody.
So now thanks God to put God on your palm. God, I have you on my palm. You must not do this for me. You must do this for me. So all the faith greater than that of Abraham. You know what Abraham passed through before he could have a child, and that's the father of faith. So who are you? Who exactly are you? That's what I want to know.
I'm nobody, man.
So about creating my status, like I use every opportunity. Something I've realized is that a lot of people hear about sickle cell, but they don't know the reality of it. even medical professionals, they've read textbook about it, but they don't know the reality. So I try to share my own reality. I hear people, Fadeelat, I see you are running up and down. Shebi it's you now, you have sickle cell and you are jumping up and down. I'll tell you, this is the Fadeelat you see on everyday basis. When Fadeelat is in the hospital, you don't see her.
No.
You just assume she decided to miss classes. Okay, for the past 3 weeks, from September 30, I could remember vividly from September 30 because it's a Monday, a new week. Just one rain fell in the morning and I decided I'm not going for my lab. And from that, I started moving from one pain from the right leg to the left leg till that was October. I was discharged from the hospital this Tuesday. That was 3 weeks of my life.
Wow.
So anybody that didn't see me within that 3 weeks, if I'm the one that don't disclose my identity, I'll just tell you, I can decide to say I travel home. There is an emergency, there is a family emergency. A lot of people do that. You don't know what they go through behind their room. But that 3 weeks, I know what I have to shovel to cover up for that 3 weeks of lecture I've missed. The lecture I have to go and meet to explain to. So I try to bring all of this to my status. So even when I'm on the hospital bed, I want you to see that you are not seeing Fadeelat at the moment. Don't think she's enjoying somewhere. She's going through pain. And you don't want all of this to happen to your child. You have to do something about it. So I create awareness. I talk about it every opportunity I get. So that's creating my own quota. And I can say a lot of people now, if you are my friend and you are not aware about your genotype, then I don't know what that is.
Okay, that's really great. Thank you, Fadeelat. So before we started, Boluwatife was with our bottle and she brought it like here. And I was wondering like why, like can't you just drop your bottle? She said no, it has to be beside her. So I want her to show us our bottle and like tell us the mystery behind the drinking. She said something about drinking water about 5 liters per day. Like I want to know, like that's very, very. So Boluwatife, can you enlighten us on this, the mystery of your bottle?
All right, so this is my water bottle.
Very big.
It's so precious to me. It's 1.5 liters. I mean, it's big.
Wow. Very.
That's 3 sachets of water. So if you don't drink up to 3 sachets of water in a day, you are wrong.
Wow.
You are wrong.
Okay, wrong.
Or not, you are wrong. So this basically I carry it everywhere I go. My bottle is my companion, like Fadeelat's phone is a companion.
On our status every time. Okay.
So my bottle is if you see me and you don't see my bottle, then are you sure you see me? I don't think so. Is my way of trying to drink more water because water helps manage sickle cell. You know, when you go to the hospital, your doctors tell you you're supposed to drink 10 sachets of water in a day, and that's 5 liters of water. So when I go around with this my bottle, this is the first dose because it's early in the morning. So I drink one of this in the morning, one of this in the afternoon, and one of this in the evening. So that's 4.5. I mean, I tried now.
Yeah,
I tried. So 9 out of 10. Please clap for me.
Okay, so Boluwatife has told us of our own routine, of what she uses to like carry up herself and manage herself. So I want Fadeelat to also tell us, is there something you do as a routine that keeps you or that manages your body system as a sickle cell individual?
The first thing is water. She has mentioned I have my water in my bag.
Okay.
Talking about it, I feel like I should have taken water while we're discussing now. So like my doctor will say like drink like a fish, but don't live like a fish. So a fish drinks water, lives inside water and take enough, but like you don't live like a fish in the sense that you don't stay inside water. Like cold is one trigger for
Oh wow. So say that again. Say that again.
Drink like a fish, but don't live like a fish.
Okay, wow.
So,
I hope you got that.
I'm hearing that for the first time.
We learn every day.
So like I try to take water. So like I usually have a 50 mils, like sometimes 75, depending on table water, sure, if it's 50 mils or 7. So once I'm taking that, I'm trying to refill it. So anywhere I go, at least I'm conscious of the fact that I have the water with me and I must take it. So that's it. Then apart from that, I try to stay off stress, and that's, I don't know, maybe because I know a lot of sickle cell individuals that are just so hyperactive. So staying off stress can be really like, are you saying I should not do anything? So but then you have to just relax, take a break.
Speaking of hyperactive, I know I am hyperactive. I mean, I just jump from one place to another.
Like you would have even known since the beginning of this.
So you just have to take a break when you are trying to, like, you are getting to notice that your body is telling you to pause it.
Yeah,
Pause
exactly.
it. Like your body just has a way of telling you that Otinta Shenju, but those that don't understand Yoruba. So you have to know how to manage stress. Stress management is key to managing sickle cell.
Yeah, stress management is key. Sorry for cutting you short, Fadeelat. I listen to my body. So when my body is saying rest, Boluwatife, rest. Because I don't say I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. Once my body is saying rest, once I get home that night, even if it's just sleep, I don't even have to eat most of the time. Just drink water and sleep.
Wow.
You know, just so that I can have adequate rest before the next, because I have to go to work the next day. So I need to rest.
Okay.
Once I've stressed myself today, I know that even if I don't eat, I must sleep. I must rest.
Yeah. So sleep and water are like the food.
Yes. So talking about stress management, you know that when you don't listen to your body just has a way of taking what it wants.
Yeah.
So when you don't listen when it's saying rest, then the body will force it on you. When it comes with pain,
You cannot cheat nature.
you cannot be going around and be running around with pain. Now the body has put you in one place. It's forcing the rest on you.
Wow.
So that's it. Then aside that, then nutrition. So that's food, vegetable, and all of that. You have to balance diet as a whole. That's like it helps the production of red blood cells and all of that. Then routine medication. So like we say, like I don't know if it's food I know first or drug. Because I know, like right from when I was young, drug is like you must take your drug. My mom will be like, oh yeah, in the morning you must take your drug, you must take your drug. So drug is like my food.
Constant.
It's constant. So even if I want to go somewhere, like if you check my bag, you just see some kind of drugs. So if someone meets me on the way, they will know that if I need paracetamol, they know like I go around with, they are just some minor drugs that I know that if this pain is coming, you don't want to disgrace your generation, just take this and I get it. So drug is like one thing. Your routine drugs, there are routine drugs I must take in the morning. And if I'm going somewhere and I don't plan to stay overnight, I'm not with my routine drugs for the next day, then I'm not staying. No matter who you are, I'm not staying. So that's like
So I want to go a bit personal now. Boluwatife and Fadeelat, I want to ask, are you in a relationship?
Okay.
I know that sounds off. You want to know, you want to know why I just asked, but we are getting there. Okay, so
you just put me on the
talk now, tell us. Oh, there's one guy that talk.
Yes, I'm in a relationship.
Bring flowers, please. Okay, so Fadeelat, not tell me.
Presently, I'm not.
She's not in a relationship. Okay, so fine. Like it's so balanced, right? Okay, so I want to ask, more personal. What's his genotype?
Okay, his genotype is AA. But
okay. Okay, but
there's still going to be a comprehensive hemoglobin profile.
Hey, go.
Yes. We have to be sure that A is A now.
Like the other A on the bottom. Okay, the other A. We have to be sure that AA is not.
Exactly.
Wow.
We have to be sure that A is A, because there are so many variants of sickle cell that they try to camouflage of Is that camouflage, sir? You know, so once they appeared with the normal A, they tend to, when you do the normal genotype testing, you see AA. So there has to be a comprehensive genotype.
You can hear that. Okay, so
hemoglobin profiling. Okay. You'll find places where they do it. So I've already mentioned one, Sickle Cell Foundation, opposite loops.
Yeah, so you can. Okay, so Fadeelat is not in a relationship, and so my question to you is, if you are going to be in a relationship today, like, you know, people like, okay, no, I'm not going to say that. So I want to ask her. I know our first question to the person might be like, yeah, what's your gender? Like, let's talk about that first. So for you, I want to say that what will be your first profiling, even before we start with the the blood profiling and all. What will be your own first profiling? And also, like, how do you feel that? I know you might know a lot of people are also like Boluwatife is in a relationship. I'm still going to ask our own view about that. How does he see it managing a lady who is SS? Like, how does he see it managing someone who is sickle cell? Does he feel like, or is it just the beauty and the packaging? Like, so let's know. I want to know what Fadeelat thinks about that. Then we go to Boluwatife.
Okay, talking about relationship, the first thing I look out for is that the guy must have sense.
Okay, sense.
Number one.
I usually tell people that you must have a lot of sense. Like, it's not like you be good, like educationally, and we now be talking, you now be following my hand. It's not like you're on first class and we now want to talk. You must have emotional intelligence. That's it. So when we are discussing a lot of issues that matters to us, we must align. So our views must align a lot of issues. Then after that, the genotype, like, I'm not someone that hides my genotype. So before we even talk about one or two things, I'm
talking about genotype.
Yeah. So okay, there was a time, the last relationship I was in, like I just mentioned it to my mom over the phone that there is this guy, blah blah, and the next thing is
what's his genotype?
I said he said AA, because for me you said AA is a step.
Yes,
and my mom was like, she had to lost hospital. I was like, wait now, mama, calm down now. Besides sickle cell, I'm also passionate about sexual health and mental health. And what makes sexual health comes into place is the fact that there are a lot of people that have unprotected sex. They tell you it's a mistake, then it's turned out to be they are giving birth to a sickle cell child.
Wow.
So like, they don't even have protective selves. If you don't even love yourself enough, just imagine that you don't want a pregnancy.
Yeah.
Now you now have that pregnancy. It now turns to be sickle cell child. Then you
will marry by force.
You have a lot on your hand. So
yes, I get. Thank you very much, Fadeelat. So on your part, Boluwatife, since you're in a relationship, I want you to make us understand how he manages you, like how he manages this thing called sickle cell, and how much of passion he puts into helping you to become better.
Oh, okay. Let's first. I don't see it as he manages me.
Okay. No, like not managing you, like managing.
I get it. Yeah, I understand your point of view, but like I just want to make it clear.
Okay.
That there's no managing anywhere. I mean,
you're awesome.
Exactly. That's the word.
Right.
I'm awesome. But like, let's leave me is a very supportive person, very supportive. You know, once I call her, I'm like, so. It's like, have you had time to rest? Why don't go to work tomorrow? Just stay at home, rest.
Yeah.
I'm like, calm down. It's me that things even do itself. Like, I say I can go to work. The last admission I had, I was discharged on Monday, and I went to work that Monday, and it was like, even though I don't like it, you know I don't like it, but you still go. He said I have no choice, and I'm like, I just made him understand that I made him see reason that I had to do that, even though I don't like it. I mean,
you have to.
So he's very supportive. In fact, when things were getting serious, he called his mom. He told his mom that when he went home rather, he told his mom that he sat her down and said, okay, that person is in a relationship with is actually a sickle cell individual. And then she was very motherly about it. She was very supportive, because I mean, if she is the one that has a child with sickle cell, she wouldn't want another mother somewhere to treat her child anyhow. So she every time I call her, she's like, how is your health, how are you, hope you are fine. You know, so very, very supportive
woman.
Awesome,
very
awesome
wow.
Woman.
That's very good.
And my boyfriend, oh god.
Oh, she's blushing.
Amazing. I'm serious, because I mean, just once I call him that I'm he's already there, and I'm like, okay, this is amazing. Before my mom even gets to the hospital, she'll come and she'll see him there, and she'll be like, what did you even confess?
Wow, that's really nice. So that's to everybody out there to understand that it's not, even if you're in a relationship with someone who is a sickle cell individual, it is important that you're very supportive. Be that you love that person and you really want to make it to the future with that person, and even if you're already in the future with that person, you have to be very supportive and make sure that you understand that what you are in is not an incompleteness, it is just something that is, it's a, how will I put it now, it's something that is negative to them. Like every other person has something that incompletes them in that sense, or that makes them imperfect. So thank you very much, Fadeelat and Boluwatife. I would have loved to like discuss a whole lot. Like we spent a lot of time talking about this, and it has been enlightening. Thank you very much for offering or honoring our invitation to be here today. I really appreciate. So you can reach Fadeelat and Boluwatife. I want them to say how we can reach them. So if you have any other questions, you can, and I trust that you can get a really great authority from them when it comes to sickle cell. So Fadeelat, how can they reach you?
Okay, you can reach me on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Fadeelat Mojisola. You can reach me on IG, on Twitter. On IG, I'm also Fadeelat Mojisola. While on Twitter, I'm Fadeelat3. And if you need my phone number, I can give
Okay, yes, you can.
So my phone number is 08102407101. So you can just DM me and just tell me the reason you are in my DM. Please don't just say hello and be expecting. I just go straight to the punchline. Once it's relating to sickle cell, like I'm so passionate about it, so anything you want, I'll sure answer you. Thank you.
But that's fair.
Okay, you can reach me on Facebook, Boluwatife Oluwagbamila, send a direct message. Then you can reach me on Instagram at _Boluwat, Twitter at Boluwat. And then you can reach me on WhatsApp via my contact 08161735261. Please, when you message me, tell me your name. Tell me why you are in my DM. Hi, how are you? There's nothing like that. Just go straight to the point. Tell me that you want me to answer questions about sickle cell, and I will be happy to help you.
Yeah.
You know, it will be my pleasure.
Thank you very much, Bolu. Thank you, Fadeelat. So I have their contact on the caption, like below. You see it there. Just make sure, and you can ask whatever questions you want to on the comment section. I'm very sure that they will check up on the videos once in a while and answer your questions also.
Sure. Della would love to be here again. I mean, there has to be a part 2. We have not spoken about
yes, like there are a lot of things we have to talk about. Really, like this thing is so wide, and I really want you guys to ask questions. Because they say that somebody who does not know and thinks that he knows does not know anything. So it's better for you to ask, please. Thank you very much. And I want you to make sure you subscribe to this channel, The Chat with Della. And there are a lot of exciting things we'll talk about. We'll talk about so many things that we have to demystify. So just make sure you subscribe so you get notifications straight to your email, or you get it to your notification straight on your notification bar. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.
Bye.